Now this is May, June 2015, question number 12. A water reservoir in the form of a cone mounted on a hemisphere is built such that the place face of the hemisphere fits exactly to the base of the cone, and the height of the cone is 6 times the radius of its base. The height is 6 times the radius of its base. First, we should illustrate this information in a diagram. Second one, if the volume of the reservoir is 333 1/3 pi meters cubed, we should calculate correct to the nearest whole number the I, volume of the hemisphere, I, total surface area of the reservoir. We should take pi to be equal to 22/7. Now, the first one says you should illustrate it on a diagram. And clearly, after drawing the diagram, note that this is 90 degrees. Now, the radius of the cone is R, but we are being told that the height of the cone is 6 times that of the radius of the cone. So, the height will be 6R. Now, this will be the slant height. This will be the slant height. Now, the second one is telling us that if the volume of the reservoir is 333 1/3 pi meters cubed, then we should find I, the volume of the hemisphere, and then the I, the total surface area of the reservoir. Now, this is a reservoir, and the reservoir is made up of a cone and a hemisphere. So the volume that we have been given, the volume of the reservoir will be equal to the volume of the cone plus the volume of the hemisphere. Volume of the reservoir will be equal to volume of the cone plus volume of the hemisphere. Now, what's the volume of the reservoir? We are giving us 1/3 pi. Now, what is the volume of the cone? Now, volume of the cone is giving us 1/3 base area, but then the base is a circle, and then times the height, plus, how do you find volume of the hemisphere? Now, when it's a full sphere, the volume is 4/3 pi r to the power 3. But we are being told it's a hemisphere, so it means half of it. Half of a full sphere. Clearly from here, we have to change this. So 3 times 333, that's 199 plus 1. So we have 1000/3 pi equal to 1/3 times pi r squared. Now, the height was giving us 6R from the question. The height is 6R. Plus, now this will be a 1, this will be a 2. So we have 2/3 pi r cubed. Now let's see, 3 will go here 1, 3 will go here 2. So we have 1000/3 pi equal to, now 2 times r squared, that is r to the power 3. So you have 2r cubed, or 2 pi r cubed, 2 pi r cubed, plus 2/3 pi r cubed. We want to find r. Clearly, there's pi here, there's pi here, there's pi there. So we can divide through by pi. So I'll say that divide through by pi. So when you divide through by pi, we are going to get 1000/3 equal to 2r to the power 3 plus 2/3 pi. The pi is gone, so r to the power 3. Now, what is the LCM? LCM is 3, so you multiply each term by 3. So you have 3 times 1000/3, 3 times 2r to the power 3, plus 3 times 2/3 r to the power 3. Now this is cancelling out that. This is cancelling out that. So we have 1000 equal to 6 r to the power 3 plus 2r to the power 3. Now 6r to the power 3 plus 2r to the power 3, and this is giving us 8r to the power 3. And then we have 1000. We want to find r, so we divide both sides by 8. This is cancelling out that. Now 8 will go into itself 1, 8 will go into 1000, that is 125. Clearly we have r to the power 3 to be equal to 125. Now the cube will go and change it to become cube root 125, and this is equal to 5. Oh, you know that if you have r to the power 3, this is the same as, 5 to the power 3 is the same as 125. And in this is saying when the exponents are the same, we can equate the bases. So here r is equal to 5. Therefore, the I says that we should find the volume of the hemisphere. Now, volume of the hemisphere is giving us half times 4 over 3 pi r to the power 3. And this is equal to 2 over 3. What is the pi? Pi is 22 over 7. We know the radius. What is the radius? The radius is 5 to the power 3. Now, when we punch this on the calculator, this will give us, that is 261.904. But then the question says that should be to the nearest whole number. Now, so we have 261, but what is following is 0.9. So this 9 will change this one. So we have 262 meters cube. That's the first one. Now, the second one is telling us we should find the total surface area of the reservoir. We should find the total surface area of the reservoir. Now let's see the reservoir. The reservoir is made up of a cone and a hemisphere. Clearly, the total surface area will be the surface area of the cone and then the surface area of the hemisphere. We have the cone and then the hemisphere. So our total surface area will be surface area of the cone plus the surface area of the hemisphere. Now, what is the surface area of the cone? This is giving us pi RL. What is the surface area of the hemisphere? Now, this is giving us, if it is a full sphere, that is 4 pi r squared. Because it's hemi, so half times 4 pi r squared. Now, 2 will go into the 4 2 times. So, our TSA will be pi RL plus 2 pi r squared. Clearly, we know pi, we know r, but we don't know L. But then from the diagram, we know that we can find the L. The L is the slant height. Let's consider the cone. Let's bring out the height from the vertex. Now we know the radius was 5. The height was 6 times the radius. So this will give us 30 meters. Now, this is the slant height. So we can come out with this right angle triangle. Now this is 5, this is 30, and this is my L. Now from the Pythagoras theorem, what do we know? We know L squared is equal to 30 squared plus 5 squared. My L is equal to square root of 30 squared plus 5 squared. And this is the same as 30.414. Using the calculator. Therefore, our total surface area, we know pi RL plus 2 pi R squared. What is pi from the question? 22/7. What is the radius? The radius is given, we had the radius to be 5. What is the slant height? We had it to be 30.414 plus 2. What is the pi? We have 22/7. What is the radius? That is 5. So we have to add the square. Now, we are allowed to use the calculator, and because of that, we have to punch on the calculator. So on the calculator, when we punch, we are getting 635.074. But then the question says to the nearest whole number. Now 635, that's a whole number. 0.0, this 0 cannot change the 5. So we have 635, and because it's area, meters square. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure that you subscribe so that any new video we upload, you'll be able to get it for you to prepare very well for your final exams.